In the heart of the world's largest salt flat, the morning sun breaks over an endless white horizon, a place where time seems to freeze. A lone Andean flamingo stands perfectly still, its pink plumage a stark contrast against the blinding white desert. Under the microscopic lens, the static of the salt reveals itself as perfectly geometric crystals, growing in silent mathematical precision. Deep within the hypersaline lagoons, brine shrimp thrive, tiny engines of life pulsing in water 5 times saltier than the ocean. The heat begins to rise, creating a shimmering veil of static that distorts the distant mountains into floating islands. A Colpeo fox traverses the crust, its paws clicking against the hardened salt as it searches for a rare meal in the wasteland. Wind whips across the plains, carrying fine salt dust that coats everything in a ghostly silver-white powder. A rare puna plover tends to its nest, a shallow scrape in the salt where life begins amidst the mineral silence. The weight of the environment is felt in the silence. Here, the atmosphere is so thin it barely carries a sound. A weathered lizard, its scales mimicking the cracked earth, basks on a stray volcanic rock protruding from the salt. Storm clouds gather on the horizon, their dark bellies heavy with the promise of a transformation. The first drop of rain hits the parched crust, a singular event that sends a ripple through the salted static. As the rain intensifies, the salt flats dissolve into the world's largest mirror, reflecting the sky with impossible clarity. A flock of flamingos takes flight, their wings splashing through the shallow, liquid sky. In the depths of a nearby salt cave, ancient stalactites of pure mineral hang like frozen chandeliers. Night falls, and the salt desert becomes a canvas for the stars, the static of the ground meeting the static of the cosmos. The fox returns in the moonlight, its silhouette a shadow moving between the stars on the ground. Morning frost forms on a hardy desert plant, salt and ice intertwining in a delicate, lethal dance. An Andean condor circles high above, its shadow a tiny speck against the blinding white expanse. The salt crust cracks under the pressure of shifting temperatures, a sound like a distant gunshot in the quiet. A group of vicuñas sprints across the flats, their golden wool glowing in the high-altitude sun. A dust devil swirls in the distance, a white tornado of salt spiraling toward the heavens. In a hidden brine pool, red algae blooms, turning the water into a pool of deep, visceral crimson. The weight of the salt is felt by the few trees on Inkawasi Island, their roots clinging to ancient coral rock. Dragonflies, blown far off course, become salt-encrusted monuments where they land, preserved by the mineral air. The midday sun is a physical weight, pressing down on the life that dares to remain in the open. A flamingo preens its feathers, salt crystals falling like snow from its pink wings. The edges of the salt flats meet the red earth of the mountains, a border between 2 different worlds. Survival here is a matter of managing the static, the constant drying presence of the mineral world. A small rodent scurries between salt mounds, its life a frantic race against the exposure of the flats. Abandoned salt mining tools sit like skeletons, slowly being reclaimed by the white crystals. Under the crust, life continues in the form of ancient microbes that have survived for millennia in the brine. The wind carries the scent of minerals and ozone, a sharp, clean smell that defines the high desert. A mother flamingo feeds its chick a bright red milk of algae and salt, a vital lifeline in the wasteland. As evening approaches, the shadows stretch across the hexagrid patterns of the salt, elongating into infinity. The mountains turn a deep violet, reflected in the still, salty waters that remain from the storm. A lone owl perched on a distant rock, hooting into the void, its sound swallowed by the salted static. The world turns into a monochromatic dream as the last light fades from the white crust. Every creature that lives here carries the weight of the salt in their blood, a testament to the resilience of life. In the end, the salt remains, a static, beautiful monument to the endurance of the earth and its fragile inhabitants.